Yo, what is up guys, it is Pat here, and in today's video, I'm going to be making a video about the AFC playoff standings and my predictions. And also, I am recording this on the 22nd, so I'm not sure if you guys are going to be seeing this at or around Christmas, but if so, make sure you guys have a good holiday. And also, make sure to watch some football this weekend. There are some great games on. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. So obviously, this is where football gets its peak, is the playoffs. And obviously, some teams have already clinched, like the Vikings, Eagles, Patriots, and the Steelers. But there are also some wildcard spots that could be snatched up. So right now, 3 teams in the AFC have clinched, which is the New England Patriots, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. However, there are 3 seeds left and 4 teams that are in the hunt. But automatically, I'm going to cross the Dolphins and Raiders off the list of making the playoffs. After the Raiders lost to the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, they pretty much just blew their chances. And unfortunately, I don't think Jay Cutler is going to be making the postseason this year. So that leaves 2 legitimate options here, the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. And personally, I think the Buffalo Bills are going to fall out of the playoff race. Now the 3 teams that are left are the Bills, Titans, and Chiefs that haven't clinched in the AFC, and they all have an 8-6 record. Right now, the Ravens also do have an 8-6 record, and the Chargers are right behind them at 7-7. Personally, I don't see the Buffalo Bills making the playoffs this season. Although they do have an 8-6 record, the quarterback situation has just been weird. Tyrod Taylor and Nathan Peterman have been switching back and forth, and in their game against the Indianapolis Colts, Joe Webb had to come in and finish the game in a blizzard. But personally, I think they need to get things figured out, and I just don't see them making it. So I'm going to take the Bills out of the playoff spot and replace them with the Baltimore Ravens. So the only 2 teams left are the Titans and the Chiefs. And although I am rooting for the underdog Chargers to make the playoffs, unfortunately I don't think they're going to be able to ride the train into the playoffs. Although Phillip Rivers has been on a hot streak, and Melvin Gordon and Keenan Allen have been playing out of their mind, along with the 2 biggest sack leaders in the NFL, Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram, I don't think they can get it done. So personally, I think the Chiefs and the Titans will stay. So, in my opinion, the Patriots and the Steelers will get the bye week, and that will lead us into the wildcard weekend, where we have the Baltimore Ravens versus the Tennessee Titans, and the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So following this, just as a note, the Steelers would play the highest remaining seed, and the Patriots would play the lowest remaining seed of these games. So Ravens versus Titans. With a great matchup in 2 young middle linebackers in Wesley Woodyard, C.J. Mosley leading their respective defenses, I think this is a great game. With both teams projected to finish 10-6 or 9-5, this would be a great matchup. But personally, I see the Ravens going in and making a statement. With Terrell Suggs on the D-line, along with C.J. Mosley taking over the middle, I just don't think the Titans are going to have enough. Although DeMarco Murray has been great this year, I don't think they have enough to get by the Ravens' defense, which has been poor in pass defense, just as Antonio Brown torched Brandon Carr for 219 yards as the Ravens against the Steelers decided to play press man coverage. Now, although the Ravens have choked games in the 4th quarter, I feel like if this one's close between the Tennessee Titans, they should be able to pull it out. Now, their pass defense is sketchy, like I said, but I personally think that their offense and Joe Flacco, who happens to be amazing in the playoffs, will be able to get the job done. Pretty much just like in 2012 where the Ravens went into Denver, projected to lose that game, and they happened to win and go into overtime after a long catch by Jacoby Jones. Now, the chances of that happening in the game are very likely, but Joe Flacco was able to bring them back in the game, and if that does happen here, I feel like he'd be able to pull it out. So the next game would be the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this would be a great game, but the Chiefs have been falling apart. They started off 5-0, and now they're currently 8-6, and are not playing so well. Kareem Hunt has really fallen off, and that's pretty much been their offense for the first half of the year. So personally, I feel like they need to turn it around. But this would be a great game because of the Jaguars' young receivers and the Kansas City Chiefs' young secondary. Now obviously, D.D. Westbrook and Keelan Cole have been playing really good, but obviously they're not top threat receivers. But they are players who are fast on their feet and can break open in the field. But that leads us to the next topic of the Kansas City Chiefs, trying to stop Tyreek Hill. Now obviously, if you saw the game against the Los Angeles Chargers, he had a 67-yard touchdown where he completely burned DJ Hayden and turned him all the way around. And I don't know, although the Jaguars do have a good pass defense, if they're able to keep up with them. But if they are able to keep up with them, I think this is Jaguars all the way. A.J. Boye has been playing out of his mind along with Jalen Ramsey, and Barry Church back there has just been way too good. So personally, even if the Chiefs play out of their mind, I see the Jaguars taking this. So that means that the Patriots would end up playing the Baltimore Ravens, and the Steelers would play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now first, we're going to hop into the Patriots versus the Ravens. Now, if you guys weren't already aware, the Ravens offense just fits the scheme where they can pretty much abuse the Patriots defense. Now, if you guys haven't seen meetings of the Ravens versus the Patriots, normally they're pretty high-scoring contests. In 2012, the Ravens won a game off a missed field goal by Stephen Gostkowski, 30-28. And in the AFC divisional round, the final score was 35-28. You guys can see the high-scoring trend. And personally, I feel it going the same way. The Patriots offense has been extremely good, and Rob Gronkowski has been unstoppable. And if the Ravens offense can get clicking, and Alex Collins can go off like he did against the Steelers, I feel like this could be a really high-scoring contest. But unfortunately for the Ravens, this is when their historic season ends. I think just going into Foxborough against the Patriots is something really hard to do, and I don't think Joe Flacco will be able to pull this one through. So, as per expected, the New England Patriots advanced to the AFC Championship game. And now, we have a matchup of the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, obviously, these two teams met a while ago, and the Jaguars got the best of the Steelers, absolutely pounding them. After Ben Roethlisberger's career-worst 5 interceptions, 2 going back for pick sixes, it seemed like the Steelers quarterback should retire. And the running game for the Jaguars was just pounding the Steelers. And honestly, as a Steelers fan, our run defense hasn't been much better. Like I mentioned with Alex Collins, he ran all over the Steelers' defense. And without Ryan Shazier there to plug up the middle, I feel like that's really going to hurt the Steelers. However, the X factor in which lost the game for the Steelers was their quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And now he's playing amazing. So personally, I feel like this would be a great matchup. Now, I'm 50-50 with this game, and you'd have to see with Antonio Brown, this being his first game back after injury, if this were to actually happen, I'm not really sure how this would go. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. This is kind of a toss-up, but just for me, I'm going to pick the Steelers, just because pretty much that game against the Jaguars in Week 5 was all Ben Roethlisberger's fault. And I'm sorry to say that as a Steelers fan, but 5 interceptions just can't happen. Although the Jaguars' defense has been very good, I feel like with enough time to prep out and Ben Roethlisberger to get his head straight, I feel like it'll be a great game. And obviously, as per expected, the Steelers versus the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. And this is where I'm going to stop here, because this has been what everyone's talking about throughout the whole season. And after the Steelers lost to the Patriots last week, I really don't know what to think. Was it a catch or was it not a catch? Many people have their own opinions, but it goes down as a loss for the Steelers. And personally, in the AFC Championship game, they're going to have to figure things out if they want to be able to beat the Patriots. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Obviously, this is just a prediction. Anything can happen. And just take this with a grain of salt. Obviously, things aren't going to work out, obviously, as I say. And maybe the Chiefs, Titans, Bills, whatever, none of them make the playoffs. And the Chargers sneak in. I'm not really sure. But let me know what you guys think. Who's going to win in the AFC? And if you guys want to see me make an NFC video of this, I will be sure to do so. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Peace. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.